the international king of swerve himself, Shane Strickland. Michael Jordan barely had competition. You're not getting those genuine moments anymore. You're starting to force these moments in wrestling, and it's not pure anymore. That's not the art.
I just happen to rap. I'm not that good, but I'm here.
Numbers has a lot of ways of fooling where somebody's at in their career.
Everybody has a point where when they're comfortable with themselves, they cannot say F it. They just don't care anymore.
Might check it with the best of them. I know I am the best runners.
I say about 8 out of 10. Let me ask you one more time. Is everybody doing good? Make some noise, man. That was nice. Now listen. Now, you know, my name is Monteasy. If you guys are familiar with me and know who I am the theme song king, self-proclaimed. You know, I wanted to come out here, man, and tell you all you guys, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come see this podcast. We put this all together. Mr. Perry over there behind the camera. Make some noise for my man, Mr. Perry. Make some noise for him. And you know what? I also got to give one more shout out too, because you know you can't do this without the microphones and the engineer working. Give a shout out for our sound engineer over there. But give a shout out for him too. All right. So I didn't want to come here empty-handed and not do something for you guys. So I figured since I have this organic audience, I'd give you guys that Swerve Live one time. How's that sound? Yeah. Let's do it. Turn up my headphones. All right, let me do this for y'all. I'm doing this organic for y'all. All right, let's go. I'll do it right here, y'all. Let's go. See, I swerve with the best of them. Never mind the rest of them. Only need respect and a check from them. Might check it with the best of them. I know I am the best running. For all the people who've got it and remain the same. I've taken over people that have changed the game. Always remain situation critical. Swerving inconceivable. Moving like I'm David Blaine. Hold on, let me take it up. Swerving while you lacing up. Face me arm dog while you facing us. Teach one, serving while you lease on. Dropping all these CV4 ones related. Moving through the matrix. Rapping conversations. Rolling promoters who can embrace it. Lacing. Every situation I am facing. Tacoma is my home. You know I gotta do this, right? Come on.
All that I know is I'm coming for you, so you
That's it. Make some noise for Shane Strickland, y'all. You know what? One more time. Make some noise for Shane Strickland.
You know, all the times y'all freaking sold out upstairs Washington Hall, this right here means the most to me because this is a project that was done by me and Monteasy alone. Help of Jim Smallman, help of freaking
Perry.
That didn't happen.
I'm a small man.
Jim's a small man. Y'all missed it.
Only first verse, y'all. Just first verse.
But Jim Smallman, y'all saw him last night. So yeah. Welcome to the first ever live Swerve City podcast, man. And this was crafted between myself, Monteasy, a year ago.
Yes, sir.
Doing this like whole podcast thing, this whole media thing, and it just caught on. We grew to get chemistry between one another.
Yep.
And next,
Actually, I don't know if you guys was on social media earlier looking at high spots, but that Swerve Talk that was supposed to drop thanks to Mr. Callahan 30 years ago.
Thank you.
But it dropped today. The Swerve Talk with me, Mr. Strickland over here, Conan, Ortiz, Santana,
Homicide,
LAX.
So
that
you
dropped today.
So go on highspots.com and check that out. High Spots Network. That interview's out now. But we're gonna get right into today's interviews because we didn't even release any guests to y'all. So first guest we would like to announce. You probably seen this man a couple times, a couple shows lingering around. Not familiar face at all, but he comes to a lot of the shows. He's one of our biggest fans, one of my biggest supporters. He is the strength and conditioning coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, so we got a Super Bowl champion sitting up in the room right now. I'd like to introduce the first guest of the show, Mr. Coach Mondray G. Say what's up to the audience.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Got some Seahawks fans?
Yeah! You got some Swerve fans? Yeah! Man, this is crazy. I can't believe we doing this.
Bro, I can't believe we here, bro. This is like, I'm just over here taking this all in. This is really come true for me, man.
But yeah, so we also have another guest coming, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We want to just talk to Mr. Coach here for a second. Coming from practice. We talk about practice.
Talk about practice. Not the game. Not the game.
Hey,
not the game.
Practice is everything, okay? We know that. Always compete.
Yes.
Always compete.
Right. Yes. So, man. So, I was watching last night when I got to the hotel, seen the preseason game.
Okay.
I was looking for you on the sideline, didn't see nothing.
You didn't see nothing?
I didn't see anything.
maybe I blend in because of my skin pigment.
I was like, I don't know if he was hoodie mellow or nothing.
No. This is just my coach's hat and t-shirt, man.
Oh, damn. But yeah, man, just want to talk to the audience, talk to the people at home. We got recording over here for the YouTube channel for later on. You can watch that on the Swerve City Podcast YouTube channel later
Hit it
on.
one more time. Say it again.
Swerve City Podcast.
Swerve City Podcast.
So yeah, just introduce yourself to them. Let them know what you do, how you got into the business that you in. There's a whole lot we can talk about.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you a little bit, but I know one thing that we're all here to celebrate this guy. And I'm really proud to call him a friend. So I'm happy for him. Really proud of what he does day in and day out, and I'm sure you guys watch him like I do. But like you said, my name is Coach Mondray G, strength and conditioning coach with the Seattle Seahawks. My 18th year in the National Football League, my 9th year here in Seattle. Been fortunate to be a part of some pretty good teams. But I'm a diehard wrestling fan, believe it or not, since the age of like 6, 7. I love it. I appreciate what all the wrestlers go through, the men and the women, and as I've gotten older, to be able to understand it, taking the bumps, the selling, and making the guy at the top of the arena and from the guy to the front row feel like, man, I'm there. Like the emotion that you all invoke in us is real. Like I went to WrestleMania 3 as a 9-year-old kid. I thought it was the greatest place ever in my life. To see Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant, Andre right there, Andre the Giant. If you all saw his story on HBO, it is awesome. One day I hope they do a story about you. Like I love a football life story.
Oh, that's coming. That's
How about
coming.
a Shane Strick story?
That's coming.
I got a lot of chapters of people that I need to dedicate that to. So hopefully one day I can just get I want to get a book first. I like to read biographies about people. That inspires me to like do stuff like this and like make a little lineage of the stuff that you've done while you're in your career.
You should be like this is like filming it right now. I mean, because
who knows where this goes? Y'all can be a part of something historic. Who knows, man? So like once again, I can't thank y'all enough for coming out for this. But man.
So like let's go a little bit into your background a little bit. Tell us a little bit about how you got started with this position because it's a very unique position and a lot of people don't know really the steps that it takes to get where you're at. A lot of the motivation, a lot of the hard times, the stuff you had to go through. Tell us a story about the hard times, not only to get to the struggle you're at, but to the position of what you actually do for the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, I still consider myself struggling. I'll say this. I can tell you that when I first got started, my head strength coach said, work for me like you make $1 million. So in my mind, always looked at it as like, this is my $1 million job every day. Every day. When I first started as a student volunteer at Michigan State University, I volunteered for 4.5 years. While I went to school, I worked maintenance, all right, to have dinner for Sunday, but I was volunteering. I had friends had internships at General Motors, Ford Motor Company, and they loved it, and they were getting paid. They were like, Mondray, why do you go to football and volunteer for free? Like, what do you get out of that? I love strength and conditioning, I love football, and I found a way to bring those two worlds together. Now, every team in the NFL, NBA, any major sport has a strength and conditioning coach, and we have a vital part that we play, but we're kind of more so behind the scenes. I have a role with every single player on our team in a relationship that's positive, productive, and very professional, as they know why I'm there to help them. But there is no clear-cut way to get somewhere, at least in our field. Again, I volunteered 4.5 years to have an opportunity to be interviewed to be a graduate assistant coach, and all I was able to do there is get a master's degree in education. But they paid for it, but I had to work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and go to class from 7 to 10 at night. I made $540 a month, and my rent was $450, so I lived off of $90 a month and 8 Gatorade bars, and they were hard like this. I made a lot of copies. I'm really good at getting things done fast and efficient, and I think it's helped me just grow when I've been able to give all my players authentic, and I can say, like, wrestling has taken you all around the world. That football has taken me to every stadium in the National Football League. I can proudly say that the rest of my life I'm Mondray G, Super Bowl 48 champion. Like, you can never take that from me. So football has done a lot. Football brought me here to Seattle to be a part, meet you all, come to DEFY Wrestling. All right, DEFY Wrestling. Give it up, DEFY Wrestling. Football brought me to DEFY. Football brought me to meet Matt Farmer and Miggs. Football brought me to meet this man here and to be able to cheer him on. And it's like, wow, to see him do his thing is just really miraculous. And I appreciate it. I know you guys love to cheer him on and watch him do his thing, right?
Go ahead. Now think about the time and investment and the work ethic and like they had to put through just to get in the door to get an interview.
Yeah.
You know, just to get that time. A lot of wrestlers go through the same struggle. Like when you hear about these wrestlers driving hundreds of thousands of miles and not getting paid, or getting paid in hot dogs and freaking like soda pops and all that. You know, like it's the same grind. It's the same type of investment. It's almost the same thing. We all go through that internship. Ours is just a harder, little more of a grind, and we get very little back, but we gain experience, and that's the same thing that he's going through. Same thing that Teasy goes through with the music thing. We all go through that little struggle.
I'm not that good, bro. Don't worry about it.
You're on the Swerve City podcast. You shut your mouth. But yeah, so we all go through that little. There's just different ways. There's different realms of it, you know. Right. And that big payoff. This man is sitting here with a Super Bowl ring on right now. Like those 4 years of grinding got him to this point where he can sit in front of people and like want to hear his story. You know, that's what our goals are. You know, in the entertainment business, in like the NFL, we want to get to a point where people want to sit back and hear our story. I hope that inspires them to do something that they feel like they could never possibly do. You know, so at this time, I want to bring in our second guest, sitting right out here, one of the greatest deathmatch wrestlers in the United Kingdom.
Let's go.
History.
Let's go.
Hello.
It's high up, isn't it?
It's ridiculous here. Former Progress World Champion right here.
Thanks for
Keep it going.
a bit.
Bro, man. We go way back, like a couple years ago, like when I was like a little tight getting into wrestling business. My first actual UK tour was 2014, remember that?
The barbed wire one.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, he had a no
rope barbed wire.
no
with,
rope,
Mr.
exposed
DJ Hyatt.
board- exposed boards too. So there was no canvas, it was just wood.
That's the first ever match. I was sitting
Wow.
backstage and I thought, if I just got in my car and drove home now, like, what the worst that happened? The promoter will probably never book me again, but I'll be alive.
Surprising you made it to this day.
I did.
Yeah.
That's right. I think I'm dead already, to be honest.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I've refused to accept it.
I think I'm dead.
I died a long time ago. On the inside.
So how you loving Seattle? This little time.
It's really nice, yeah. Seattle's cool. It's one of my favourite cities in America I've been to, actually, to be fair. So if you're from here, well done. I like your beer. Your beer's very good. And I would very much like to come back.
How'd you feel about the audience last night? And it was
Fucking sick. Yeah, it was cool. Walter wasn't as cool. I hurt a lot, but
Stoic Walter.
Yeah,
That's what I like to call him, Stoic Walter.
lovely guy.
So tell us a little bit about your background and a little bit of where you're from for the audience.
Well, I was born in 1980. Do you want me to go that far back? Or?
Yeah, right.
I'm not going that far.
47 years ago, all that shit.
Yeah. School grades, how you did in school, all that. Bro.
Really good, actually. I'm quite intelligent.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You wouldn't think that doing with what the stuff I do in the ringings. I have a degree in everything. In films, it's not a real degree. I started training in Havoc, which is the same place that Fergal Devitt, Zach Sabre Jr. We all sort of trained together back 15 years ago now. Yeah, I'm that old. I don't look it though, I look pretty still, don't I?
Yeah.
Thanks, cheers guys, thank you.
He's a gorgeous man.
My third ever match, I think, was a hardcore match. That's all I ever wanted to do. I loved ECW, so getting to do the ECW arena the other day was fucking cool. Yeah, doing the arena the other day was cool.
You watched ECW growing up much?
I saw a little bit of it, but when I came here to DEFY, when you guys started throwing those the streamers, I'm like, this is ECW. It was live.
Inspiration there.
Why do you love wrestling?
Because the thought of getting up at 7 AM for an office job fills me with utter despair. So I'd rather hurt myself this way. No, I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Like my first ever match was WrestleMania 6, Hogan against Warrior, and I love comic books. Like Batman was the first sort of comic I ever got in '89. I've still got that one.
Really?
It's a bit tatty now, but it's still going. And I was bullied quite a lot at school, but seeing like wrestlers, they seem like real life superheroes that I mean, Hogan and Warrior were slightly bigger than I was at the time, so I didn't know what steroids were at the time.
Hey, let me say, when I found out that Hulk Hogan admitted to taking steroids, it did break my heart.
Yeah, it wasn't vitamins or vitamins.
He said, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, right? That's what he said.
But he didn't say what type of vitamins.
Supplements.
So that's your fault.
They just seem like real life superheroes that I could possibly be one day.
Gotcha.
And and I just never stopped watching it really. My parents banned me, so I just watched it in secret. So me and my brother
You went through that too, huh?
Yeah, me and my brother used to beat each other up.
Oh, man.
Your parents telling you, oh, that's fake, and I'm like, no, it's real.
It's real, trust me, look at this. And I do it to my brother and he cries and I'm like, see, it's real.
You couldn't tell me Papa Shango wasn't real. Shit. But yeah, man, what was I remember, I really started taking notice to your work when you started doing the Impact stuff. Feuding, wearing all white, feuding, you were teaming with the Abyss, and just doing all, what was it, I remember, what year was that now?
Christ, that was 3 years ago now.
Man, wow. Man. So getting to that point, where you were, what happened to the point where, you just didn't stick with Impact?
I got injured straight after that.
Oh,
so
I remember
we did the tour with Impact over the weekend.
Which was phenomenal. I remember that tour.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I got to wrestle in Wembley Arena, which if you're British, which none of you are, I assume, the relevance might not be anything, but Wembley Arena for us is a big fucking deal. Because back in the 80s and stuff, in the 70s, think of World of Sport. You guys heard of that? Yeah, Big Daggy and John Haystacks, they were the guys who did Wembley Arena. So for us to get to do that was fucking cool.
That's John Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. And the week after that, I went to Australia for a tour, and I jumped off the ring apron and just destroyed my knee. So that was fun. Yeah, so I was out for 9 months.
Wow.
So could you be his nutritionist?
As long as it's beer,
strength and conditioning, because
as long as the nutrition is beer and kebabs.
Y'all need to exchange numbers
Hey,
or WhatsApp, whatever y'all gotta do.
As soon as he gets done with the rehab process, I can take it from there, man.
This is why we here. This is why we here. We connect. networking.
They're both sort of working at the moment, so it should be okay.
Oh,
I
I
said
can
they're
just
both
about
sort
get
of
upstairs.
working.
Yeah, it's fine. That's the most I can hope for these days.
So here's a question I have for you. Like, when you were younger, and you had to say there was 3 people who inspired you as a wrestler, who were the 3 wrestlers that inspired you to get into business?
Mick Foley, Sabu, and Jeff Hardy.
Wow. Why would you say Jeff Hardy?
Because he was a bit weird looking, like I was. and he liked to jump off high things.
He looks like me.
Yeah, he used to like jumping off high things. That was a thing for me as well. So.
You never, so when you take, like, let's say you jump off something, or they say, like, for anybody who's an entertainer, they say the worst thing for us as entertainers to do is, like, sometimes is to think, but the best thing to do is to think. So when you're taking, like maybe a spot that people call dangerous, is it something like you just don't think, you just do it? It's like, I'm just going to do it.
I think if you hesitate, that's when it fucks up.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Like, so if I've agreed to something, when you get up there, it's like, well, fuck it, we're here now. Let's do it. Like the Canadian destroyer off the top rope me and Ricochet Page did the other day at the East Arena.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me, to be honest. Yeah, man, yeah.
I saw that afterwards. I was like, when I watched it happen live, I'm like, because it looked like y'all levitated for a little bit. Y'all didn't move in the air for a little bit.
It was memorable.
It was insane.
The thing is that it wasn't the move that scared me. It was like, my balance isn't very good because of my knees. So with us both standing on the top rope, I was like, I'm going to fall over backwards and just break my neck. But we didn't, so it was good.
Ricky ain't gonna let nothing happen. Wow.
Yeah.
Fatalities. Yeah, man. So I want to go back to Coach real quick. So right now, we were just talking before you came in a little bit ago. You were talking about right now you have 90 players.
Right. Right now we have 90 guys.
He has 90 players that he has to turn into 53.
In a couple weeks, 53. And so what's the math? 37 guys will no longer be an NFL player ever again. Some may get another shot, some may not. You talk about the road of wrestling and the bumps and bruises. Maybe you have to take some small shows.
Tell them guys to shut the hell up out there. I'm doing a podcast.
But yeah, that's the realities of our business. Like we started at 90, get down to 53. So when you guys see NFL football on Sundays, you are seeing the best of the best. Like everybody has good players. Not everybody has a great quarterback. I think we have a really good one. We have some good players on our team, but everybody has, like, because of the draft, there's parity in the NFL, so everybody has a chance to get good quality players on their team. And then it's a matter of me going out there against you, and I'm trying to beat you on every play. You look at it like, you look at what you all do. You wanted to be the best at what you, like you said, I didn't want to wake up at 7 a.m. You said, I made a choice. You looked at the man in the mirror and said, wrestling is me. You said music is me. For me, it's coaching, and I love coaching, and I love my players, I love our team, but it's like, you feel it, and I look at the man in the mirror every day. I got to compete against myself, like, you got to compete against yourself. Like I told him last time, I said, hey, go out there and rock it, man. He's like, I got it. And you all see him, does he rock it? Oh, yeah. You got your guy right here, he just said he wrestled with Abyss, and Abyss is crazy. He told me 15 years. Think about that. 15 years this man's been doing so. Like that's crazy. Half his life he's been in the music business. That's dedication right there.
Yeah. So how dealing with egos?
Yeah.
How difficult is that? Like guys that are like, these are multi-million-dollar people that feel like you can't tell them motherfucking shit. You can't tell me shit. If I'm making $20 million a year,
you saying you got that FU money? Is that what you telling me?
So would you say, so who do you think, so this is a good debate between all of us. Who do you think egos is worse, athletes, wrestlers, or musicians?
Wrestlers.
Musicians.
And ours aren't warranted. Do you know what I mean? We're not making much money. We're not fucking superstars. Yeah, they have the. Oh, no, not going to name names.
I'll tell you, in my world, I mean, I think if you're a really good coach, if you know how to talk to people, if an ego does exist, hey, let me hit you with some facts about I'm here to help you. Here's what I need you to do for us to be successful. Do you understand that? And guys want to win because guys know, like you all, when you wrestle, you're a singles wrestler, or if you're a tag team, it's you two. We need 53 guys, 11 on the field at one time working together. So you kind of got to put your ego to the side for the betterment of the we. Like, get out of me and get in the we.
Tell that to Terrell Owens.
T.O. was he was really good when he was here with us here in Seattle. Great teammate, great guy. highly decorated individual, as you know. He's a Hall of Famer. Yes. Congrats to him and all the other Hall of Famers. He was explosive and a once in a lifetime type of wide receiver. Really good player, really good. But I'm sure egos come into play to some degree. But being able to manage people and manage it is the key. And the really good coaches in the world, I think, do a great job.
You ever have to manage them?
I think I manage everybody. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure they probably say I'm probably tough sometimes, but I'm tough for a reason because I care and I'm there to help them. And you may not always ask nicely, but I'm asking you to do something because, again, it helps the we and not me. Like when you take that nice jump off something, that's helping we, but we appreciate the me, you know? We appreciate you. You're like, when we started this podcast, did my man start off with the music?
Yes, sir.
Did he come in with the music? I showed him on my phone, I got that song. He said, okay. Getting out there.
So you know, speaking on egos, but just speaking on as entertainers in general. For you, what would you say would be like your advice to anyone that wants to get in the entertainment business in general? Would you recommend that they do, like, let's say for you being a wrestler, like they do the proper training, or what is something about being an entertainer that many people do not know that comes into the job that we do?
The one thing I always tell my trainees when they ask me for advice is don't ever stop enjoying it. I think that's when the egos start to get bad and when, I don't know, it becomes a job. Like no one who gets into wrestling, I think, gets into it because they think it's going to be a job. We get into it because we love it. And if any of you stop enjoying it, then what's the fucking point? No, there really isn't any point.
I hear you.
Hey. That's just reflex.
Love what you do and do what you love, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
You feel like you need to work the day in your life.
And if it does turn into a job, like, brilliant, fucking awesome, but don't ever stop enjoying it. I think that's a really important bit of advice that I think some people forget, you know, when it starts getting too big for them.
I think so too.
And I'm prepared to get hurt a lot.
Yeah, I think as a musician too, it's like that too. I've been around a lot of wrestlers. I know you're a wrestler, man, but these guys, these musicians, man. These guys got all the answers, man. You know, but so it's I understand, man. And for me, like as a musician, I always tell people like just to hone your craft. Like if anybody here that plays any instruments or does anything of that nature, or into music or know anything of that nature, I always tell people like to hone your craft. Sit down. Like for me, just turned 30, so I've been doing this for 15 years, and I literally would sit down each and every day and write songs. And my mentor is named Shamelo. He made the okay, question. How many of y'all know the Put Your Hands on My Eyes Can See song by Busta Rhymes? Make some noise who know that song. Anybody know that song? Everybody knows it, obviously. That guy who made that beat was my mentor. So, you don't know it?
No, I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Page.
So yeah, that's what I said, y'all. Just take the time to hold my craft as an entertainer, honing your craft, and doing what you feel like you believe in. Anything for you, Shane, on that?
Shit's hard. I know, like...
How long was it before you started making some money in your pocket where you wasn't spending what you was making?
It took, like, honestly, I made some change to support other things. Like, I kept my goals really short, with especially financially with wrestling, because I knew the freaking turmoil that you go through. So, like, at first I wanted to be able to, like, let me be able to, like, wrestle a show and be able to make money to put gas in the car. It started there. Then it was like, let me make money to pay a phone bill. Let me make money to get baby formula for my kids. Then it grew and grew, and like, I want to pay a bill with this. Then it grew into like, oh man, I'd be able to like actually buy a car with this stuff. So like it grew over time. But it was like, once again, March, coming up in March, this is going to be 10 years for me in wrestling. Wow. And it didn't start really making shape. Don't worry, Mama Santos is going to be here in a second.
My goals are just don't die today.
Yeah, there's that too. There's been days I didn't want to die, but it started off small, and then once I started getting comfortable and getting confident, Swerve is confidence, started getting confident in my abilities and how to perform in the ring, it got easier, and I was like, I can do more. Wait, I can take a step further. and I just started getting into my groove. But it took about like 6-7 years to actually make serious money for me.
Did you tell the people that you was gonna start rapping soon?
Never. Nope.
I thought we agreed out there he's gonna come on that song with me.
You will never hear a verse.
He lying to y'all.
No. I see like when he makes his songs and gets his like little songs going on, and he wants me to hop in. I'm more like the Migos.
Like Diddy the Biggie.
I only have like ad libs. So I'm like, hey, skirt, hey, turn up, bust. That's all I got. So that's all you'll ever hear from me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But it's been nice having you here. I'll let you go on about your way, everybody.
So where can I get a beer? Someone know?
12. Right.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Well, actually, one more thing, please. Any social media, anything you want to plug, anything you got for people to follow you, Twitter, Instagram, things like that?
I'm fairly sure all these people know I am. Cheers, guys. I'll see you later.
Jimmy Havoc, everybody.
Yeah. First of all, before I bring up that, everybody doing good. Everybody good. Everybody energy good. Everybody loose.
Yeah, we enjoying this hot box together. We sweating it out. So right now, I'd like to invite my next two guests. Once again, I didn't put out a guest list. Y'all don't know who's coming in. Who else is going to show up down here? I'd like to invite Mr. Brian Cage and Miss Melissa Santos. We don't have enough chairs, so you got to sit on Daddy's lap. This is my show, woman. Hold on.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here, so I can do the blood.
But another baby doesn't happen just doing this, kids.
Lord, Shay, how many kids I got?
Lord. You did it this way? Is this how it worked for you too?
For me, I even look at a female, it's over.
Brian? So no eye contact.
I'm pretty sure that's how Child 374 was made, so.
Did you know you?
I know all their names.
His kids are like the episode of Family Guy when Brian and Stewie had a baby and they were just dying left and right and falling over. They're like, I lost track of that one. That one in the pool. Nah. Yeah. Uh-oh, we lost another one, guys. Yeah. How's it going? What's going on, y'all?
Excited to be here, man. First time actually being at DEFY. I keep saying it's my debut. I know I've worked like 3 to 5 shows, but it was never here. So this is like, getting to finally be here. And I'm working with you, so that's, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't hurt me.
So, let's talk about this match. So, who's going to win?
Yeah.
Whoever benches the most.
Well, Shane, nice knowing you, brother.
But this is a rematch, long time coming, actually. Ever since the Wrestle Circus title match. So, we got some bad blood here.
Well, yeah, like I said too, a lot of people were claiming that, I helped put up that circus tent at Wrestle Circus, and then, as everyone knows, this is Swerve's house, so, you got the home field advantage.
Whose house? Swerve's house! Whose house? Swerve's house!
They on cue, bro.
I did pop that In Your House t-shirt out there too, I saw.
Swerve original right there, yeah. Oh, so... we go back to Lucha Underground Season 1, second half of Season 1. So, I gotta ask y'all. Uh-oh. How's the sex?
There's the bubble story on.
We got stories!
It's good to meet you both, by the way. Really,
conditioning coach for the Seattle Seahawks. Exchange numbers.
It's a pleasure to meet you guys, and I love watching you. I had no idea that he would ask me this kind of question. But do what you do, my man. I'm not involved. If you got I'm not. We cool, but I don't know about this. Building content. I'm not messing with you, my man. You good. You got it. You got it.
Well, I mean, they say he's a machine, so I'm gonna...
Oh!
I mean, it's cool. Yeah, we have it. So we have a baby. There's proof that it happens. She's cool. She's cool. She keeps me awake a lot. So I'm gonna say right now, she's really cool.
So
yeah.
is it like
You know, you have how many kids?
374.
Yeah.
So
as of yesterday.
You've been awake forever.
Listen, I'm 30 years old.
You're sleeping right now.
I started at 23, so I haven't been to sleep since. So if you see my eyes kind of bloodshot right now, don't mind me. It's just what I'm used to right now.
So life still happens.
Right. So how is it being a mother? Like, what has motherhood taught you? Like, is it
especially in this business?
Patience, like so much patience. Like, I didn't have patience. I still lack patience for other things, but for her, like I have patience. And yeah, it's not easy.
So, like,
but she's cool, man. She kind of looks like Brian. Which is good.
That's scary.
When she was born, I was worried. Like she first came out, I was like, "Who is this baby?" Because they look really crazy when they're first born, right? They're like gone through shit, you know. So you're like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I've been through it. You're gone through it. She's sitting here, and I was like, "Oh man!" But she ended up looking like you, which is good. So she's yours. You are the father. But yeah, she's I can't travel as much. I can't do as much, so I have to be very, very picky with my time and like what I decide to do. So I'm glad I'm here because I was like, oh, you know, and he helps me kind of like navigate through that. And okay, we're doing a show in Cancun at the Hard Rock for AAA. So it's gonna be so we're gonna be doing that. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So I'm bringing actually my mom and the baby, so that's neat. I like being able to enjoy wrestling with her because I have a feeling she's gonna like it a lot. She already watches all of Dad wrestling. She's been at like some of Joey's shows with me and she's like sitting there watching everything and she's like super into it. It scares me, but I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do, because I will never tell my daughter not to do something that she loves. Scares me only because now I'm a mom and now I'm like, if you do something that I used to do, or like Dad takes bumps all day, but you're my baby, so I get a little worried. But hey, if she's gonna kick ass, then I'm gonna let her do whatever she wants.
Right.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the relationship counselor over
Yeah.
here.
So I just gotta say this.
Yeah.
Now, Coach, I gotta say this.
Don't ask me about their sex.
Listen, I'm not, man. I got too many kids to be worried about that. If anything, I don't need
And I'm just trying not to make eye contact.
And listen, if anything, I don't need to be nowhere near that. So you walk in, you walk in. It's like, yeah, strength and conditioning coach, and I went vegetarian, and I lost some weight up in the gym. Then I see this guy walk in.
Yeah, he walked in. Didn't
He walked in, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I think the weight room and this gentleman, they get along very well.
So tell us a little bit, man, about your workout and your diet plan. I want to know personally. This is just for me.
Give it to him because I know you are.
Like your workout, your diet, bro. I'm trying, man. Look here, bro. Like, what do you do, like?
I mean, I'm in the gym at least 6 days a week. That means I go almost every day. I took a day off today, surprisingly, so you got that easy for you, Shane. But yeah, I mean, 6 days a week. I'm on cardio for like 30 to 40 minutes post-workout. I separate every body group, just do it once a week. And then diet-wise, I'm doing anything special now. I kind of eat the same stuff every day, but it's generally 60 grams of protein per meal, 6 to 7 times a day. And then like only carbs for 3 or 4 meals, and then a decent amount of healthy fats.
Bro, that's my count from last month.
Wow. It's like all the egg whites in the world, and it's just.
But then when it's cheat day, then that's when the calories really come flying.
That's when my kids started coming on cheat day.
Oh man. That means you had a cheat day every day of the year, huh?
That's why my relationships don't work out, brother.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna go to the audience for some questions. I'm all out of them.
Hey, well, let me get this. Tell me about why and like when you realized I love wrestling, because you had to put a lot of work to get that beautiful physique you have, and like much respect to you. I know a lot of dedication and hard work. You say 6 days a week, the nutrition aspect of it, but when did you feel like fall in love with wrestling and knew it was like it was you?
You know what? I was at age 10. I first saw wrestling at age 5. Age 10, I was like, man, this is what I want to do. Everyone's like, yeah, you'll grow out of that. Just a kid, dream that you'll grow out of. And it didn't happen. And I wasn't really married with the weight room until after I graduated high school. That's where it really kicked in.
Okay.
Because I was wrestling with all my friends and everything, and they were all smaller than me. I was only like 155 pounds then. And I was like, I gotta...
At birth.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta get serious. And my old PE teacher's like, hey, I got summer school. I'll open up the weight room for you if you want to come. So then that summer, I'd wake up so early like I was going to school, and I'd jog to my high school, and I'd work out, and I just kind of self-taught and got on from there, man. Just fell in love with it.
That's awesome. Man.
You are just salivating at coaching this man right now. I got so many regiments.
You like?
No, I know he definitely is dedicated to his craft. I mean, that's awesome. You don't just look like that.
My six-pack bag, she knows. Everywhere I go, I got my meals prepped to be 24/7.
See what I mean?
Yeah. So we talk about dedication to the business, the craft, the art. The body is also another thing, which this man is like the freaking definition of it. When you look at pro wrestler in the dictionary, Brian Cage's picture should be in it. Cage. Seriously, because he's like literally one of the most hardworking men I've ever like known in wrestling, without a doubt. Like the amount of talent he possesses, the things he can do, the way he takes care of his body, the brain, the mindset he has for wrestling is like well above a lot of these great guys that you hear about and see on these DEFY shows and in the world, man. So I got a lot of appreciation for Brian, just for how much he dedicates to not only his body, to his home life with Melissa. Y'all been friends of mine, family of mine for like the past since 2015.
Can we get a Cage introduction from the lady though? Can we get a Cage introduction? How you do it? How you do your thing?
Why are you running my show?
Can we please? I'm asking sincerely. Would you can I please?
So you guys are just ready to get down now? Am I? Just you.
I would just love to hear an introduction for this man. Do it your way.
I'll just do a lucha style.
That's awesome. Yo, we're good with that, right? Oh man.
It's so weird doing it like here. I won't make eye contact with you.
No, you said
right here. Look at me, baby. The following lucha is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is from the 559, the Calkin Cage. I was waiting for you guys. How do you do that now?
That's the dance we were talking about? Yeah.
I can't do that though. The floss has me just, I can't, I'll start sweating.
Every time I see her dance like that now, and it's around you, I can't help but think about the video from Bar Wrestling with you and Sky. When Sky took the flare bump.
Did you see that? I don't know. I put it on my Instagram bio.
I lost it.
It was hilarious.
Was that improv?
I had no idea that was happening.
It was the best bump. Like, I mean, it wasn't even. He just like legs.
That was more bumps than you took during the match. So I was sitting there like, Sports. No, why are you taking this?
No, okay, I'm about to do the fan questions. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions for the guest panel?
Three of you guys. I know with you being champion for multiple companies, and you guys working for multiple companies all the time, and having kids and family and wrestling and everything. Like when you have a day off, if you have one, what do you do just on your day off if you ever have any time?
Oh man, I want to just sit around my underwear and do nothing. Like people go, you need a vacation. Like, no, the last thing I want to do is travel more. My vacation, if they still existed, would be watching Saturday morning cartoons with a bowl of cereal in my underwear.
You don't wear underwear. Not at home.
Melissa's like,
no underwear and cereal, that's what he does.
I watch him watching cartoons, eating bowls of cereal.
It's pretty don't know, ladies, it's kind of hot. I'm just gonna say it. If there's a lady. Or fellas, I mean, yeah, it was, yeah. You have a nice butt.
I think she likes you.
Yeah, you like him a little bit. Whatever, you like me too.
I think he does. I think he
You
does.
do? Do you like me? Yeah. Okay.
Y'all stare at each other like cave people, like, must make.
Shay.
Good specimen.
Hey, Shay, he looked at her like,
yeah, for me, when I have like a full week and I don't have a weekend, I take time and go visit my children in Pennsylvania because I live in Orlando, Florida. So it's tough for me to like be away from my kids. So like every month or every other month, I take like a week, like 4 or 5 days, whatever like tight schedule. I go visit my kids and spend time with them.
I mean, all 875 of them.
I have 2.
You have 2? At least you was smart and stopped. No, real talk. I have 4. I have 4 kids, real talk.
Yeah.
But 400. No, for real, I have 4 kids. But 2 baby mamas, a lot of drama. Trust me, you don't want to start that. But it's you know, no, but listen, you know, I think being a parent and being able to spend time with them, like I have 3 boys and a girl, so I have my 3 boys. They're all knuckleheads. They all bad as hell. If anybody want to spend some time, you know, you got.
We donating children today.
No, but you know, it's like spending time. You know, being able to spend time with them, taking time away from music, and being able to spend time with them and just be able to watch them grow has been a wonderful experience.
Coach, how you spend time with your kids when you have the off season?
I'm just a family guy, so outside of work, just a family guy, and just be there. I think that's the most important thing is time. Just be with your family, have presence, have impact, but be there. Like, and put your phone down and be there.
Anybody else have any questions?
My question for everybody, what was the worst kind of like day job before you guys kind of got settled into your careers prior to this?
I had a handful of jobs. The one that I hated the most, though, it's not like an interesting story or whatever, but it was just a grocery market that I worked out. It was called Rayleigh's up in Northern California. Actually, I was running my own promotion too, which a lot of people didn't know I did way back in the day. And we were doing Wednesday night shows at this bar like every other week. And this manager's such a bitch, wouldn't let me have the day off. And I was so tired of working there. It was like, I wanted to work on the one across town with all like the other like youth, and I was working on this like other one where it was just all, you know, the senior citizens over there. Like, this sucks. So I talked to my old manager at this board shop I used to work at the sporting goods store, and I got, long story short there, just an increase in hours, wage, everything to go back. So I came in and I told the girl like, hey, I quit, put in my 2 weeks notice. And she was a little mad about it, like tough shit. And I said, but, and also, I'm gonna need that Wednesday off for that wrestling show. She goes, we can't, we need you. I go, what are you gonna do, fire me? So I got that day off.
So you said you worked at a grocery store?
Yeah, that was, yeah, I'm at plenty of them, but that was.
Oh, I did that too. I mean, when you walk in there 40 hours a week, Shay, you walk in like,
Slave shit.
When the glory comes, that's how I feel. Well, that 40 hours a week, going there 40 hours a week, man. That's the same thing with me. I had a grocery job. Going in there each and every day, and I'm just in the dairy cooler, just piling milk, and I'm just like, hell no, I'm out of here. I am not doing this no more.
I had two really bad jobs. My first bad job, my mom knew this one guy, was dating this one dude or whatever, and he owned a shoe store downtown York, Pennsylvania.
Well, you know you ain't like him when you said that one.
Yeah. Think this motherfucker wasn't shit. Went downstairs, he was drinking Kool-Aid the last bit of it. Hated him, yeah. Never got me none for the holidays, my birthday, forgot it. But anyway, York, Pennsylvania was actually the same place that Rich Swann grew up. So we grew up in the same town, we just didn't know each other. So I'm like 20, 21 years old, and he owns a shoe store. And everything like shoes, the Timbs, Jordans, Nikes, like the Gucci, all that stuff, fake. Every last one of it. Bootlegged and fake.
Would he pretend they were real though? Like, or did people?
Like people coming back and the thing was falling off. 2 days later. I'm not even bullshitting.
Refund.
Like, $40 Jordans.
Also, Jordan was doing this.
Yeah, Jordan was laying up. Jordan was laying up instead of the dunk. You can, the free throw line was still there in the image.
So Jordan was like,
yeah, he was shooting free throws instead of doing the dunk. But yeah, so there, in the back there was this big old sheet in the back of the store. I was behind the sheet bootlegging DVDs and making music and bootlegging porn. So there's a big old box of porn right here. And a biggest old box.
oh, you had the limelight too.
Yeah. No, but we had I had like the 10 trays, so I had to like disc tray all of them, copy them, making copies. Well, I shouldn't even be saying this shit on live things.
90% grown men, they know about that shit.
Legally.
I don't know. I never.
Just erase
That's what I'm saying. I never been in trouble. I don't know the law. So yeah, that was my first bad job. Like I said, we talked about that book. That's gonna be in that book one day.
That book.
Yep. And there's a whole lot more to go into that story.
Yeah, you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book.
Bruh. That was my first bad job. My second bad job was like when I got later in wrestling. I started doing CZW. I stayed at this one place in Hazleton, and I needed a job to pay the rent. I went to work at Amazon, and I spent like 2 weeks there. I had to work at like 4:30 every morning.
Warehouse.
Yes. Awful. Wake up at like 4:30 in the morning just to be at work at 7 because the traffic was so bad. And it was only like a 2-mile drive. The traffic got that bad. It was ridiculous. Wow. So I had to wake up that early to go to the job. But one day, I'll never forget this day. I walked in, and I was already like through. I was done that day. I was like, in my mind, I'm tapped out. This is my 2 weeks. I walked around because you're still like in the mode where like people are showing you how to work the equipment, showing you how to operate certain things. So I walk in, and usually you're with a group of people. I walked in and I was like, there's no group of people anymore. I'm standing in this warehouse by myself, nobody guiding me, nobody telling me what I'm supposed to be doing today. I went.
Savage.
I dropped my smock right in the middle of the floor and walked out. With a name tag on it, so they knew who it was. And I walked out, went back home. That was the best sleep I got that whole month. But that was the worst job I had.
To close out, you coach?
I can't say I had a bad job. I mean, I love what I've been doing, and if you want to call it a bad job,
that's a very babyface answer.
Because I knew what I wanted to do at age 19 when I went to college. But one thing I didn't like working maintenance, but it was a means to an end. So I'm like, I gotta eat on Sunday, so shut up, clean up this classroom, take out that trash, have dinner on Sunday. So for me, if that was a bad job, I did what I had to do to survive. But I can't say I had a bad job. I'm not saying I'm rich or got riches, but I started where I started. I'm here where I am, and I'm happy to be here.
You got opportunities.
But look where I am right now. I'm on stage. I got this gentleman right here, Swerve. We got Cage. I had no idea he'd be here. He brought his beautiful lady. This lady I've seen many times. That's why I said, let me hear your intro. You kick ass, by the way. He kicks ass. You got my man who came in with the music, so I'm pretty fortunate to be here.
I'm home. Thank you guys for tuning in, showing up to this wonderful first edition of the Swerve City Podcast Live. I need all of y'all to make some motherfucking noise. You know how we do this?
So real quick, we're gonna close this. Everybody get their plugs out here. Where can they follow you on social media?
I mean, I really like Jimmy's answer. That was really good. But,
we can't steal those spots.
But I know, right? So Mr. GMSI_BCage at Twitter. It sucks. It's a long, stupid name, but it's verified, so I'm not changing it. And then Brian Cage on Instagram.
You just Google me and like everything just comes up on the top.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
She found a way to
It's just I forgot what my Twitter is and I don't know. Yeah, so but Melissa Santos official and like everything just just comes up. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
And hit him with that.
I got no social media. I just go to work, come to wrestling, and enjoy it.
Baby facing me, man.
Smart.
Hey, I'm a private guy. What can I say? You know.
But it was great having you here.
I appreciate it.
Blessing us with your presence. They should. Hit him with that closing thumb. All right, man. Be confident in everything you do.
And make sure you wash your motherfucking ass. Good luck.